We are live from La La Land, Los Angeles, California. I'm Ross the Boss, and we are here to talk about baseball waiver wire week 13. I'm by myself today. I'm solo. No KC Vlad to the Bone Shine. No Dr. Dan Ratner. It's all Ross the Boss today. Get ready to rumble. And they said, Ross, do you want to cancel today? I said, no, I don't want to cancel today. There's too much stuff going on in baseball. We got to get organized. There's so many waiver wire pickups I want to talk about. So many things I want to talk about. If you have any questions about your lineup, about who you should pick up, please just type on the bottom and I will answer them for you. I'm Ross the Boss. Welcome. It's June. What's the date today? June 17th, is it? I think so. June 18th, who knows? But we will talk about waiver wire, who you should pick up. I got some great pickups this week. I'm excited to talk to you about it. Let's talk a little bit about what's going on in baseball. I just read more injuries to talk about. You guys ready? Bichette of the Blue Jays, he's on the DL now. Unbelievable. Anthony Rizzo of the Yankees, he's on the DL now. Two Dodgers, Mookie Betts, the odds-on MVP to start the year, he's gone for 8 weeks, broke his wrist. Who's taking his place? Well, I have some ideas. And also Yamamoto, the Japanese pitcher, who they paid him, I don't know, $50 million, $60 million to. Maybe it was over 100, whatever it was. He's gone for a while. No idea when he's coming back. So we got a lot of injuries going on. There's more injuries than that. Those are just top of my head. So all that being said, you have to have somebody on your team that's hurt. That's why you're here. You want to talk about waiver wires, what's going on in baseball. Let's see, the Mets, 6 games in a row. They're saying the Grimace, ever since they introduced the Grimace as one of the mascots in New York, they have not lost. Well, they play the Rangers today again. Will they keep the streak up? I hope so. It'd be funny. Just keep it up. Keep winning. It'd be great. Trey Turner's back for the Phillies. That's big news. He's been gone for about 2 months. Had a pretty good game yesterday. Had a couple hits. We talked about Mookie already. He is gone for a while. You won't be seeing him at all. The Groom. Remember him for the Texas Rangers, ex-Met, another ex-Met. He is throwing off the mound for the first time since surgery. So he should be back probably maybe after All-Star break for the Texas Rangers. Max Scherzer should be back for the Texas Rangers. That's a lot of pitching they're getting back in Texas. Can they make the run? Can they take over Seattle's spot? I don't know. Who knows? Let's talk Yankee baseball. They're playing great ball. I mean, as much as I despise the Yankees and the Red Sox, I hate both teams. I don't know why, but I like the Yankees a little better. So there you go. Garrett Cole is starting tomorrow for your Yankees. That's a big plus for them. They're getting back their Cy Young winner tomorrow. They're in first place, and they're playing great baseball. They're all hitting. Even though they lost Rizzo for a while, he's not having a great year. So I don't think it matters that much at all. I like the Yankees. I like Baltimore. They're playing great ball. Both teams will be in the playoff, obviously. Who's going to win the division? Let's go O's. Let's go Baltimore. I hope they win. All-Star break's coming up. Guess who's the leading vote getter right now? Soto for the Yankees. Juan Soto is leading the major leagues in votes. Well-deserved. And he's a free agent next year. I would love to. Can you imagine being his agent, just sitting there and just taking the offers in and just deciding where you want to play? And this kid's like under, like, I know he's under 30. I think he's around 25-ish. I mean, he's going to break the bank. I mean, wherever he goes, it's going to be unbelievable. I want to thank a listener at Atwater, Chris Atwater, sending me this hat. It's a Montgomery Biscuit hat. Minor leaguer. I was talking about minor league baseball and all the funny, great names and hats. And this is one of them. This is the Montgomery Biscuits. And I want to thank Chris Atwater in Alabama, big Crimson Tide fan. I want to thank him for the hat. So I want to talk waiver wire. I actually wrote some ideas down for waiver wires because there were so many. I couldn't do it by myself. There's no way I can remember all these names. So let's start. We're 5 minutes in. I want to make this short today. So I'll make this sweet and easy for you guys. If you guys have any questions, I'll be happy to answer them. Our poster boy today is Chad Green of the Toronto Blue Jays. You're saying, Ross, why is Chad Green? I mean, this guy's a over 30 relief pitcher. Why is he? Because Toronto Blue Jays needs a closer. Romano's not coming back. Jordan Romano's not coming back for a few weeks at least. Chad Green's their closer. His ERA is under 2 for the year. So I suggest you pick up Chad Green if you need a closer. I'm sure most people do. I would pick up Chad Green immediately because I don't think he'll be available in the next couple of days in your league. I guarantee it. Another pickup I like that I get to watch a lot is it's Chris Atwater. It's a great looking. Yeah, I just said that. It's a great looking hat. Glad you like it. I love it, Chris. Thank you. Roll Tide. Jose Serrano of the Angels, pitcher, ERA 3.48, 60 Ks in 72 innings. This guy's getting better every start. He could have pitched Monday. He had like a stomach ache. I mean, hockey players get stitches in the locker room and they're out playing in 1 minute later. I mean, baseball players have a stomach ache and they can't start. But he's starting tonight. No big deal. Tonight is Tuesday, just 1 day delay. I like him a lot. And we talked about the Dodgers losing Betts. I mean, you can't replace Betts. No way. Can't replace this guy. But Miguel Fargas, I know we said his name for the past couple of years. You know, he's the bright spot in the minor leagues for the Dodgers. He's supposed to be this great player. He's going to get a shot. He's going to play every day. In that lineup, I mean, you got to pitch to somebody. I mean, Ohtani, Freeman, and those guys are great. And also I'll also put in Will Smith, but you got to have some hitting afterwards. So Fargas will get a shot. It could be a good idea for you to pick him up. I don't know. Let me know if you pick him up. Let me know. I'm going to pick him up in some leagues too. He's available. This guy's available, and I think he'll do a great job for the Dodgers. I have a good feeling. I don't know why. I just do. Alec Marsh of the Kansas City Royals, he pitches tonight. He's been getting better every start. 7 Ks, 8 Ks a game. I know his ERA is kind of high, 3.63. I get it, but Kansas City's playing great baseball. Alec Marsh is part of the reason. If you need to start it, it's not a bad way to start. Another guy that's he's like 0% owned in every league, this guy I want to mention. He plays catcher. His name is Ben Rice. Ben Rice. It sounds like he should be in the cover of like a rice box. I don't know why. Just Ben Rice. Great name. New York Yankee catcher. They haven't brought him up yet, but he steals bases, hits home runs. He can still. He stole 20 bases already this year. I mean, this guy can steal bases and he can catch. That's a big plus. I hope they bring him up. I hope they start him, which they probably will. Ben Rice, pick him up now, because if you don't, he'll be gone. Andrew Vaughn, to me, I love the name Vaughn. It reminds me of Major League Wild Thing Vaughn. He's a guy that started out really bad. I mean, I'll admit it. I mean, I've had him in a couple leagues. I dropped it immediately. Horrible. First 2 weeks, horrible. He picked it up in the past month, past the 11 games. Been hotter than a pistol. He's hitting over 400. He's killing the ball. If you need a first baseman, I know he plays for the White Sox, but somebody has hit there. Somebody will get at bats. Andrew Vaughn is a good pickup, especially with Rizzo going down. Pick up Vaughn. He'll probably have better stats than Rizzo. Pick him up now if you need him. If you need a first baseman or utility, because I love this guy. He's like top 5 pickup of the week. Hunter Goodman. Everybody's like, who? Hunter Goodman? Who? Who's Hunter Goodman? Never heard of him. Listen, I know Colorado Rocky baseball. I'm a fan. I'm not a fan. I just said that to tease you guys. But he's an outfielder in Colorado. We all talk about how easy it is to hit home runs and doubles in Colorado. Colorado is not a good team. I get it. I know why you're hesitant. But this guy in the minor leagues, 34 home runs in 106 games. That's not bad. It's better than a lot of guys I know. So in the summer in Colorado, that ball flies out. Hunter Goodman playing every day. Could be worth picking him up. Let me know what you think. Here's some other players we talked about in the past, but they're still performing well. Jesse Winker of the Washington Nationals. The Nationals are playing good baseball. I mean, they're not like, I thought they'd be in last place and maybe get like 60 wins, but I think they could be 500, the Nationals. They're that good. We got a question from Chris Atwater, all the way in Alabama. Do you keep Edwin Diaz at this point? So Edwin Diaz, closer for the Mets. Like a lot of people have him rated like number one in like a lot of their boards, like to be in the beginning of the year. I mean, I didn't, coming off an injury. If you have room in your injury reserve, great. But if it's a redraft league, I would waive him. Just get rid of him. The Mets have like two other guys that are throwing great. I don't like Edwin Diaz. I think his arm is shot. I think I think he's still hurt. I don't think he's a good guy to have this year. Give him a year to rest, and I think he'll be okay. But he's hurt. He's hurt. He's not 100%. So yes, get rid of Edwin Diaz. It's after Memorial Day. We're tired of being like softies, just being nice because we feel bad for some of these. I don't feel bad for anybody. I feel bad for my team when I don't win a week. That's when I feel bad. Where am I at? Mark Ventos of the New York Mets, talking about the Mets. You know, that's a great segue. Went from Diaz, who plays for the Mets, to Mark Ventos, who's the third baseman for the Mets. He's hitting 302 for the year. 5 home runs. I think he has close to 100 at-bats. This guy is playing great. The Mets are playing great ball. If you need a third baseman, Mark Ventos is the everyday third baseman for the New York Mets, and I suggest you pick him up if you need a third baseman. And the third base position this year is really light. It's not deep like it used to be. Nolan Arenado, horrible. I want to waive him, but I have nobody to pick up. Maybe I'll pick up this guy, Mark Ventos, and waive. You never know what I'll do. And you got Riley. I mean, so many guys are underachieving at third base. I don't know what to tell you. I mean, Maldonado is horrible. I mean, all these guys. Third base is like a horror show this year for fantasy baseball. I mean, there's really nobody great. Let me know if you think of anybody great at third base this year. I can't. Josh Bell. I say his name every. It's another guy, Florida Marlin. This guy. The last month, he was 27 from 95. He hit 284. In the past 24 games, 2 home runs, 12 RBIs. That's pretty good. First base is another position. If you go on waiver wire and look at first base, there's not much to pick from. There really isn't, especially with these injuries going on. So if you want to pick up a first baseman even for a few weeks, Josh Bell could be your guy. Another guy I like for the Dodgers, who's really started out great, then he was horrible for like 3 weeks, and now he's picking up, is Andy. It's not Pages. Paez. So say it with me. Paez. Andy Paez. People say, oh, his name's Pages. No, you idiot. Last 15 games is hitting like 391 for the Dodgers. So again, the Dodgers lineup, they're losing a lot without Betts. I get it. But Paez, to me, is somebody that you should think about picking up. We got a question. MP31. Can I get rid of Bradish? He's hurt. Yes. Unless you have room in injury reserve, it's just, I don't know what your league structure is, but some of these guys that are mediocre pitchers, like Bradish, he's on the Orioles. I get it. But if you don't have room on your IR, waive him. There's so many good pitchers on waiver wire, and it's all these guys coming up too that they're going to come up during All-Star break. Trust me. But Bradish is somebody that I would waive. Yes. Or is there a chance he's back? He'll be back, but be after All-Star break, and that's after like all the playoffs and all, everybody's going to be in the playoffs and fantasy, so it's going to be too late for you to use Bradish. But again, if you have room in your IR form, just put him there. It doesn't cost you anything. But waive his ass now. I already answered that question. Another question, Uncle Ted. Hey, Uncle Ted, we have one of our guys from our fantasy baseball league. Uncle Ted, he's around third place. He's in the top 5. This guy's unbelievable fantasy player, Uncle Ted. One of the best. Olivius Martinez is the ad. I agree. This guy is a monster. And yes, you should definitely consider picking him up. I'm just worried about playing time. Will he play every day? We'll see. I have no idea. But not a bad pickup. I like that one. Tyler Locklear, no relation to Heather Locklear. Another guy that's hitting under 250, but he's only had 27 at bats. He plays in an easy ballpark. I like Tyler Locklear. Not a bad pickup. Just keep him back in your mind. We'll see what happens. Some pitchers that I see that Devers is on fire. And Chris Atwater, I wish I can pick him up. I can't. I mean, he's been hitting home runs, RBIs every day. Devers, player of the week for sure. He is on fire for Boston, but unfortunately, he is 99% owned in leagues, maybe even 100. But he is the only third baseman that is on fire. Yes, you caught me there. But again, Devers, unbelievable hitter. Great. So yes, I'll put Devers in third base. There you go. A pitcher that is not being picked up for some reason. I love this guy. His area is high. I understand why people are hesitant, but Taj Bradley, I mean, this guy, 38 innings, 50 Ks, but his ERA is 4.23. Plays for Tampa Bay. I like Taj Bradley. I have him in a bunch of leagues, and he's under 50%. I suggest you pick him up immediately. Daniel Scherschmann, I can't say that name. I like him too. I looked at his stats before I came on the air. I think that's a pretty good pickup, but he's not in my top 10. Not top 10. Another guy that's being brought up this week, who the Marlins sent to the minors, even though his ERA was like 2.12, and his WHIP was like 0.82. And the Marlins said, okay, we're going to send you to the minors now. It's like, really? Max Meyer is back. Oscar Meyer is back in the majors. He'll be pitching this weekend. I'm excited for him. And the Marlins always have these guys that come up. I saw that Bichette is on the DL. We talked about it on top of the show, Uncle Ted. First thing I said, the news came out. Bichette's having a horrible year. I mean, he's hitting like 230. I mean, he's not. I had him leading the league in hits this year. And boy, I was wrong. I was like an idiot. Totally off base. I thought the Blue Jays would be contending too. Totally off base. Blue Jays are horrible team. Jonathan Cannon is super interesting. I'm not even talking about Jonathan Cannon. Spencer Horwitz, who I do love, because I believe he is Jewish, and I always support Jews, Uncle Ted, just so you know. He hasn't shown me enough yet to say pick him up yet. He hasn't shown me enough, but I'm rooting for the kid. I like Spencer Horwitz a lot. Here's some other pickups, and then I'm going to go. Connor Wong, everybody said, oh, it's just a flash in the pan. He's not going to keep it up. I mean, this guy's been like destroying the ball the past week. And before that, he's been hitting over 300. I mean, he's a catcher, which is a tough position for hitters, so it's a great pickup. Plays for a horrible team, the Boston Red Sox. I just said that because Atwater likes the Red Sox. But Connor Wong, I like him a lot. I think he went to Cal State Fulton, I want to say. But he's good. David Hamilton, another Red Sox. I watched the Red Sox Yankees series. I saw Hamilton play. I heard all about him. I like this guy. Plays second base, plays shortstop. David Hamilton, Uncle Ted. What do you think about that? Yanya Rodriguez is back. I saw that again, coming back off injury. I'm not going to run to pick him up, but I have my eye on him. That's another good one. But I'm not suggesting to pick him up today. Next week. My last pickup, then I'm leaving because it's going to be 20 minutes. Zach Neto of the Los Angeles Angels plays shortstop. He's starting to hit. he's starting to hit the ball really hard. And the Angels are starting to score some runs. They're playing Milwaukee. They won last night against Milwaukee. Could be a good pickup for the week. The Angels have nothing to lose. And Nito could be somebody that could be traded because he's actually having an okay year. Uncle Ted, DJ Hers, okay. Jonathan Cannon, you talked about. Tobias Myers, or I'll have Max Meyer. Carson Spears of the Reds, he pitched yesterday, had 6 Ks. I watched it. He's okay. I'm not jumping up and down. Not somebody you should be running to pick up. Hogan Heroes, I like Hogan Harris of Oakland, but he plays in Oakland, so he's not going to get the wins. Nice list. I like these pickups, but I like mine list. I like mine list better. Yeah, exactly. Any other questions? I'll go to Atwater. I ripped the hell out of your Red Sox already. I can't do it anymore. I'll try. But those are my pickups for the week. I had to come on by myself because everybody else was scared because I'm so articulate and funny. They can't keep up. I'm one of the best D formats, 15-team cheap starters. I mentioned, I'm on top of the show, I mentioned Jose Soriano of the Angels. I think he's a cheap starter. He pitches tonight. Another guy is Alec Marsh of Kansas City. I love Alec Marsh. He'll have 7K. He throws the ball hard and he'll get strikeouts. He's a great strikeout person. There's a lot of cheap ones coming up. And I mentioned top of the show also Garrett Cole is back. So if you have him on your IL, take him off IL. Put him on active, start him tomorrow against Baltimore. That's a great series, too. Watch the Baltimore Yankees series. It starts tonight. I'm excited. It should be low scoring, though. I don't see any high scoring games in those games. I don't know why. Just something tells me bet the low. I'm bailing, lost the boss, bailing early. I'm doing okay. I had a horrible day yesterday with Yamamoto going the DL for forever. But injuries kill you in baseball. That's why you watch the show. We watch Waiver Wire. We want to pick up the next, we want to pick up these guys. And Ben Rice, Uncle Ted. I mentioned him earlier. Check him out. If the Yankees bring him up to be the starting catcher, because I don't know if you guys watched the game on the weekend against the Red Sox, but the catcher for the Yankees gave up 9 stolen bases. It's unbelievable. It's horrible. There you go. Congratulations, Celtics, for winning the championship last night. Tonight, we've got the Stanley Cup with Florida versus Edmonton. I like Edmonton tonight. They'll extend the series. I just think they scored 8 goals last time. I think their offense is clicking. And I don't bet against McDavid and Draisaitl. Those guys are studs. I'm Ross the Boss. Thanks for watching, and believe in Evan Carter will be good when he gets healthy. I like Evan Carter, and I like the Rangers lineup. The problem with the Rangers is they just can't score runs. I have nothing else to tell you. but they'll be good when they get healthy. I'm Ross the Boss. Of course I'm second, but I'm not happy. Mavs lost too. Sorry, Uncle Ted. We'll see you guys next week. Thanks for watching. I'm Ross the Boss.